Hey, my name is PolishLynx. Let's continue the letter. The sky is cloudless, and the noontime sun is beating down on the hard concrete when we leave the cafe. It's far from unbearable, but it's enough to put most people in a fickle mood or make them vulnerable to catching something. No wonder we have staff members going AWOL lately, whatever that means. Not to mention my boss's mercurial moods. AWOL. Alright, what do you want from me? Alright, whatever. AWOL. AWOL. Meaning. Absent without official leave. Oh? Okay. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I want our usual cloudy weather back. For all the gripes about the unpredictable weather, for the streets of Luxburn remain constantly busy. The hurried tapping of shoes against the pavement and in each other coming from the lunchtime crowd fill the humid afternoon air. A small reminder of the things we still have to do, regardless of how much I want to return to the comfort of my bed. Back to real reality for me. Zach to a meeting with magazine publisher featuring luxury houses, and Becca to her lesson, plans and books at home. But more than once, I catch her sneaking a longing glance over something displayed on a shop window. Did she want to buy something? Maybe I can get it for her this Christmas. I turn my head at the last shop she checked out. A fleeting glimpse. The word stills. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, for fuck's sake. Are you kidding me? She looks at me. Eyes hollow, gaze piercing, and boring to my very soul. Like a set of chains to keep my whole body still. Well lit. At least we now know she is not bound to that room only. There are no shadows or whispers this time. Only a plea. A hum, low and indistinct. Compelling me, beckoning me, it then dragged me to the void beyond the glass. I don't dare move. My heart hammers against my ribs, each beat, every time, screaming at me to look away and make a run for it. But I can't. I couldn't. All of my limbs feel heavy, while my own breathing strains in the face of her calls.
Leave me alone.
Her mouth is stretched in a grin, wide and pleasant. The panic building up in my chest forced me to take a tentative step back. I turned to stare at the decaying flesh and blood streaming from the gaping wounds on her arm or her nailless fingers. I don't want this. Not like this. Not I forgot what I want for Papa.
No, stop. Leave me alone.
Her face contorts and she lets out a wail, sharp and utterly unforgiving. Rage. There is only hatred and bitterness, as if the very notion of turning away from her is an offense in itself.
Please! I don't want this!
Before I know it, I'm stumbling backwards, my own throat hoarse from the screams I didn't even notice already coming out from my mouth. The back of my feet catches on the loose stones, sending me sprawling to the ground. The drying pain completely jolts me out of the haze blurring my mind. For a little while my surroundings appear unfamiliar until Becca's face swims into my vision. A look of concern is on her face and her hands are gripping my arms tight. Even Zach appears beside himself with worry while he stands behind her, acting as a shield against the small crowd of onlookers already forming around us.
What happened?
You know, stuff.
Bella, you okay?
No. My mouth opens and closes, but nothing comes out. The words refuse to form. On impulse, I sneak a swift glance at the display window. She's gone. Yet the foreboding feeling hasn't left me. My hands are shaking as I push myself off the ground, my weakened lips relying solely on reflex and muscle memory. Something icy has made its home at the pit of my stomach. I want to throw up anything to get the red sensation out.
You are screaming.
Yeah.
Zach, call someone! No, don't. I'm good. I need to get to the office. Rose, the floor plans. Someone's going to pick it up. I'll see you later.
Careful. Don't stand up yet. Stay put, Isabella. Zach, you watch over her for me. I'll call for someone.
I attempt to smile to put her at ease, but it likes to come off as a grimace journal. Next. After pleasant lunch with Zachary Steele and Rebecca Gales, Isabel Santos received an urgent phone call from Rose Cooper. Asking her to meet with their bride's interior designer. Left with no choice, she hurried back to BRC. But on her way, one of the shops she passed by, a familiar smile greeted her. Gently pushed her hands off my shoulders. My knees are still trembling back. I hesitated. Leave. Leave me. Stay away. Away. The humidity is stifling, everyone's stares are unnerving, Rebecca and Zach's concerns are suffocating. I don't want to be here. No more. I break into a run. Whee! Alright. All in all, I feel like being alone in some place is the last thing she should be doing, to be honest. I wish I had left my bed this morning. Here, with only the occasional drips of water on the sink and the whirring of the fan blades to keep me company, it is to fall into a cycle of negative thinking. But even with the clutter to keep me company, the room still feels a whole lot bigger than usual. What? I hug my knees closer as a group passes by outside. Loud. So loud. If only there was a way to tune everything up, to keep my head from playing every image, every sound of her. Her screams, her awkward gait as she reaches for me, her bone-chilling smile, her pleas for... Enough! That's enough. A shiver passes over me, for it's not from the hair still hanging down against my back, nor the ramp that enters the room from the windows I've left wide open. My gaze shifts over the letter sitting on the coffee table, its edges fluttering innocuously as the wind touches it. Funny how an ordinary-looking piece of paper can bring this much trouble. The impulse to throw the egg or rip it off to pieces is still there. You can do it, but after that, what? Will she leave me? What about those people who have already seen it? Will they be okay? I mean... This uncertainty gnaws me. Knowing that she's real and might also go after the people I care about. I just wish someone would listen. Believe me. The abrupt break in the silence simply makes me jump out of my skin. Blindly I fish out my phone from under the mess of papers and cushions, where I've crossly thrown it before taking a shower hours ago. Ash's name flashes brightly on the screen. Is he calling because of this afternoon?
Thank you so much for spamming my inbox, scaredy cat.
Hey, Ash.
What's wrong?
I just had a long day. The couple who bought the house wanted us to finish processing the papers within the week. It's a little hectic, but we'll manage.
Really? You sold it?
Don't sound so surprised. I told you, you don't stand a chance. The rights won't take no for an answer. You've been on the losing end from the very start. Ha!
Whoever said I was interested in the house in the first place?
But you said...
Despite his light tone, his snicker only comes off as annoying to my ears. I had to find the urge to end the call right then and there. Stupid Ash!
You're such an ass. And just so you know, I'm not treating you to a separate celebration. Or ever.
No, that's just unfair. And here I was looking something up for you. Didn't you say you wanted to talk to Andrew?
I paused. I did say that, but I didn't think he'd actually go through the trouble considering how much he scoffed at the whole topic in the first place.
Is he okay with that?
Totally. Besides, I need to ask him about something. I might as well do it soon. What do you say you come with me tomorrow morning?
Well, there's no harm in it, I suppose. I've got a free day anyway.
Great, I'll just pick you up. Don't oversleep.
Don't compare me to you. I'm not the one who sleeps like a rock.
You sure about that? Another round of chuckles come from him. I'll live for the day he'll stop making fun of me. Just wait, you, asshole! As I'm about to end the call, he clears his throat.
And, Isabella?
His confident tone sends my eyebrows shooting up into my hairline. Is the world ending today?
Yeah? Did you forget something?
Do you think never mind. Good night.
Hey? He hangs up instantly. Rude. Completely rude. I didn't even get to thank him. The tone for muffled echoes through the receiver. No one is saying this will work, even I'm doubtful it will. But right now I'll take anything. Anything to get out of this nightmare. Next. Okay. Ashton Frey, I think, remind us about Santos of their meeting with Professor Andrew Clark tomorrow. I respected Andrew Clark. Andrew Clark. Why does it sound so familiar? Andrew Clark. Anyway, I respect Professor with doctorate degree in sociology. As a former researcher specializing in ethnography and psychology, Ashton assured that his friend can help with her worries regarding the mentioned rumors. Sleep comes easier at night. And for the first time in a long time I dream. Oh no. Of clear skies, of unrestrained laughter from children playing in the streets, and of small, cramped dwellings. Okay, that's good. To an outsider, the sign does not paint a pretty picture. However, this is calm to me. Morning dawns bright and clear the following day. Although the air still feels muggy and I miss the chilly autumn weather, it's one of those rare weekends when I'm up even before my alarm rings. If it wasn't for Ash's call last night, I'd probably sleep in. Alright, I didn't pay attention during the earlier situation, but I think the hour on this clock does not change. Anyway. It's that kind of apartment. When 9 AM rolls around, I'm already heading downstairs where Ash is waiting for me in his car. Okay, I'm curious what he's driving. His hair's a disheveled mess, eyes drowsy, and overall looking like he hurried to get out of bed. Or fell out of it. Or both. He looks utterly rumpled this way. But I'm not going to tell you that. It would only bloat his unbearable ego.
Good morning, Ash.
He makes a motion with his finger around his ear. Tone down!
Can you even drive?
He answers me with a slight raise of his hand, a yawn and nothing more. Where do I know that from? He has never been particularly fond of mornings, and for that I'm thankful to every god in the universe less mental capacity for him to make fun of me. Ha, there's a reason why mornings are my favorite. What? How can a morning be a favorite? It doesn't take long for us to reach our destination, a small cafe situated in Luxburn's busiest street, the same one I'd often visit with Becca for its cheap food. I've never gone here on Sunday, and it's striking how different it appears without the usual weekday and Saturday rush. Okay, seriously, I love the fact that the freaking people in the background are changing as well. Young Mumbai are gods of making visual novels. The atmosphere especially reminds me of something we also have back home, near the university I used to attend. I wonder what happened to it. It was being renovated before I left, so I never got to visit one last time. The place has always had a calming effect on me. But today, despite staying in a place similar to it, anxiety easily washes over me as soon as I step out of the car. I'm quite used to dealing with people I've never met before, thanks to my work, but still, I know him. Despite the fact both Ash and Becca have voted for him, what will he think of me and my story? What if he thinks I'm crazy? Hell, even my own friends thought so. I draw in a breath to quell the panic beginning to rend me. Ah well, only one way to find out. A few hesitant steps forward, and then Ash suddenly pulling me back by my elbow.
Hold on, scaredy cat, not too fast.
Without warning, he flicks my forehead hard.
That hurts. What was that for?
He's already walking away when I look up, and I hurry to catch up to him puzzled. I don't understand this guy. At least explain why you're flicking other people's foreheads all of a sudden. So rude.
Get yourself together, will you? He's not going to bite. He's very accommodating, too.
I wasn't scared of him or anything.
You don't look like it. Didn't sound like you were okay last night either.
Heh.
What was that last one? Hey! Don't just ignore me!
All questions and retorts die on my mouth once he opens the door to the shop. A afternoon bell attached to it chimes softly, announcing our arrival. The smell of freshly brewed coffee welcomes us as soon as we step in. The smell is great, the taste not. Just my humble opinion. Oh! And this time it's actually the same people in this cafe. Haha. Like usual, several tables and chairs have been set up for the patrons. But most of the customers have forgone them in favor of the more comfortable throw pillows and big mugs the staff has laid out on the floor. Becca would love to know if they have something like this Sundays. She's been complaining how uncomfortable the library chairs are for a long time now. Ash leads me to a secret spot near the window, where an old man, probably in his 50s or 60s, is seated. I wouldn't say 60s, enjoying a brew and a book.
Professor Clark.
It's just Andrew now. I'm no longer your professor, Detective Inspector Frey.
I got his surname correctly there. The guy Andrew looks up from his book and gives him a smile. Ash looks across Ash's face at the older man's admonishment. More unusual in my opinion is seeing him appear like a parent has just scolded him. But it suggests a familiarity between them, one that goes beyond what someone expects from a simple student and mentor. With another warm smile, he gestures for us to take the empty seats opposite him.
Have you been waiting long?
Quite some time. But I come here early on weekends. Best time to get their first serving of bear claws. They're the only place that serves it here.
Bear claws?
I took the liberty of ordering for you two. I hope you don't mind. I thought it'd be best to talk over a decent helping of coffee.
Oh, I don't drink coffee. Whoops. Soon enough, a waiter brings us 2 more cups and sets down a basket of pastries.
Aren't you going to introduce the lady?
Ah, right. Sorry. Isabella, this is Prof. Andrew. He's one of my professors back at the university. Andrew, this is Isabella Santos.
Santos. Portuguese? Spanish? Brazilian? Mexican?
Filipina, actually. It's a pleasure to meet you, Professor.
Ah, your name carries a lot of history, Miss Santos. Just Andrew is fine. Don't do what Ashton's doing. He doesn't listen to this old man.
He don't listen to anyone, more like. The awkward tension typically present in the first meetings dissipates after that. Also, if someone's strict and to an extent someone's severe. But Professor Andrew Clark is definitely the opposite of what I had in mind. The more personable kind, similar to a grandfather who dotes on you at the family gatherings. It's always why Ash has taken a liking to him.
Ashton tells me there's something you wish to discuss that I could help with.
Kinda.
Let's hear it then.
I give Ash a hissing laugh. Okay, I love the fact that he nodded like that. Like, go on. I give Ash a hasty glance, but he just nods and gestures towards Andrew with his head. He's leaving this to me. It's my story to tell after all. I keep it short and concise. I found a letter in this old mansion, now I'm cursed. Exactly as I have told Ash and Zach when they asked about it. I don't mention the name of the place. You think it now that someone else legally owns it. No use dragging other people into my problems.
I'm sure it's that letter I found, but I don't know anymore. I just want to know how to escape this nightmare.
Of course. We're talking about the one in Anslin Village, aren't we?
How did you...
Don't look so surprised. There's only one place popular enough here if we're going to talk about hauntings.
He didn't even have to think about the place. He knew it instantly.
I once had a colleague who wrote about it and the urban legends surrounding the place. Years worth of study, but fascinating. It's a shame he passed away at such a young age. He would have done a much better job at explaining topics like this one compared to me.
Huh? How did he die?
Ashton here might disagree, but it's an interesting topic in sociology, if you care to have an open mind.
Studying the science and theory behind it is completely different from outright believing in it.
You don't believe in those stories, sir?
Now, this isn't a question of belief. All I'm saying is things like these speak a lot about a place's culture and history. And it's not just limited to ghosts. Monsters, gods, you name it. Even you, Miss Santos.
What about me?
How you respond to these stories. It tells a lot about you and your upbringing. In the same way it tells me why our detective inspector here finds such topics absurd. Interesting, isn't it?
My head is starting spinning from all of this. I'm not the smartest person around, but I understand what he's trying to get at, I think. It's still too much taking at once. I look to Ash for help, but his eyebrows are drawn in a frown. If he keeps standing like that at his camp, I'm pretty sure it will crack soon.
There's still something you're not telling.
Didn't I tell you everything the other day?
Yeah, but you mentioned the rights, that you proceeded to drop the topic right after. What's with that?
They don't have anything to do with this.
Rights. Luke and Hannah, right?
God damn it, man!
Yeah, they're the ones who got the place.
I'm not surprised. They're the kind who gets what they want when they set their eyes on it. From what I've heard, word gets around.
A heavy sigh escaped my lips. Popular or not, they're just my clients, albeit a little pushy, but just clients. End of story. I'm not trying to help. Shut up, Ash! Why would I say this? I know you were trying to help. Oh? Yeah! What is the game that Becca does when dealing with a particularly difficult child? The pesky and kind, I wish I could remember. I could certainly use the same trick right about now.
Ashton, look here. I know you're trying to help, but the deal's almost already closed. The papers are being prepared. Once it's done, it's over. I'm just their agent.
And when is that happening?
When what? Is there even a purpose to this line of questioning?
Your working relationship with them. When's it going to end?
About a week from now? It depends on how long the papers will take, but they want us to rush it.
Really? You're absolutely sure about that?
Yes, really. Unless they want to buy a house again and want me and Rose to be their agent. If yes, then I don't see a problem with it. Now stop annoying me about it.
Don't accept it.
What? Why? It's my job.
Oh lord, even my younger siblings aren't this difficult to deal with. Then again, Ash is far from a younger sibling to me. If he'd only spelled it out, surely I'd understand. We won't even have to talk about it right now. That's how it is, right? Find an even ground, talk about it like the adults we are. It wasn't like this before. But somewhere along the way, something has changed in us, as people, as friends. I wish there's a way I could tell when or why. Instead, I'm left searching blindly for reasons. The next thing we know, we'll be drifting further and further apart. How frustrating.
Now, kids, settle down. We're not going to solve anything by shouting.
Sorry, Sir Andrew.
And we're not going to solve anything either if you keep omitting things.
Speak for yourself. I'm not the only one doing it.
You'll have to forgive my former student, Miss Santos. He's always been the curious kind. Many people think he's lazy, but it's actually the opposite. I see that hasn't changed.
Oh, really? How is he, back when he was your student? I'm sorry, I need to ask. He doesn't talk much about that.
And there's a reason why. Please don't.
Tried to sleep on the first day of class. He didn't repeat it after what I made him do when I caught him. Students like him are the easiest to deal with, once you know what piques their interest. I'd have to say, he's one of the very few who's actually interested in the subject, though. But there was this one time when...
By the end of the conversation, Ash looks like he's praying for the ground to swallow him. He's never been one to talk about himself. What I know about him are mostly bits and pieces I've gleaned over the years. He's an atrocious singer, he's bad at art, and he has a personal vendetta against mornings. Well, technically, god damn it, I'm like him. Like, you won't know a lot about me. Now it feels he isn't that hard to figure out after all. Oh. I'm like that as well? I don't know how I feel about it. It's past noon when Andrew has to leave us for another meeting. But before we separate...
Miss Santos.
Oh, I can't go back, god damn it.
But there was this one time when...
Okay. Oh, I can do this now, like
Miss
that?
Santos, a word of advice. Just keep in mind that when it comes to cases such as this, they aren't always what they seem.
Naturally, the mention in the letter was brought up several times during our talk. And for Ash is right, in that Andrew offers a different perspective. He has left me with more questions than answers instead. What is she? What does she want from me? Is she ever going to leave? Or is she going to become a pain in the ass? They all continue to bug me after we've left the coffee shop. I don't even lose when Ash takes a different turn on our way back.
Where are we going? You can drop me off at the park.
Guess. You have 3 chances.
I'm serious, Ash. Where are we going?
He doesn't answer, but shortly he stops his car in front of a small, nondescript food stall, a little ways away from the movie house. If I was paying close attention, I would have missed it without a doubt. He moves for me to wait as he gets off the car and walks in this direction. Shush, if you want to buy something, just say it. You need to make yourself look mysterious. It makes you look more like a dog than cool. The wait isn't long, however. Soon he's walking back, holding 2 fish-shaped cones in both hands. Ice cream, parfait, a cross of the 2. By the time he's back inside the car, I give up an effort to figure out what he bought. Not that it looks bad, it's actually quite cute.
Here, take it.
I know I have to move my head back when he thrusts it at me to avoid the ice cream and the fruit topping from ending up on my nose.
What's this for?
My arm's getting tired. 5, 4, 3, 2...
With a worried glance, I take it off his hands. I still don't understand why there's a need for ice cream today. Nevertheless, I take a small bite. It's actually pretty good! It must have shown my face, because he chuckles as soon as I take another one.
Saw the place open the other day, when we watched Zach's movie. Thought I should give it a try. It doesn't seem like a bad place to get food from time to time.
And you're giving me free ice cream because...
Do I need to have a reason?
Are you really going to ask me that?
Here's the thing with Ashton Frey. He does not just treat anyone to free food because he feels like it. He's that much of a Scrooge. He even asked me to teach him how to huggle once. Huggle, of all the people who'd ask me that. I'd have expected such requests from Becca, but Ash? Not at all. If I'm going to be honest, he looks a bit constipated with that expression on his face right now. I think he's starting to regret ever buying this.
The other day? The movie with Zach and Rebecca? Rebecca's there, yeah, I think so. Yeah. Anyway, during the movie, we, that's to say, we... Shit. Should have written down something first.
Huh?
Get to the point, Ashton.
Right. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry for, not getting to the point. I'm sorry for the other day. I got carried away. I said things that upset you. I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Okay? That's all? That's all you're going to say? You're not still angry, are you?
You didn't have to buy me anything. A simple sorry would have been enough.
I bite the cone again, a small attempt to keep myself occupied and relieve the heat crawling up my face. It doesn't work, but at least I don't have to look at him. Why I'm feeling embarrassed over an apology, I have no idea. It's okay, it wasn't called for. Save for being mean, especially him and... That fraction of a second it hits me. He skipped his day off just for today. I should be one apologizing and thanking him. Sunny is in awkward company when we finish our respective snacks. There are words for this. For people like us, for understandings and sentiments like this. Yet in this instant, they won't come. As promised, he drops me off at the park right after, phrases unsaid still hanging heavily in the air. Look at that. A person sitting there. Here one jogging around. Here a couple walking. There a family. And the fountain actually working. This is... And freaking birds flying by. God damn it. Really, the most detailed VN I've played so far. In this weather, the city park gives off a laser and more languid vibe than usual. Where children are usually seen running around and playing, there are no people lying, leaning back on their picnic blankets, simply enjoying the afternoon sun. The smell of food drifts from nearby carts, and if the wind blows in the right direction, one would catch the whiff of freshly trimmed grass. Okay, I honestly don't like the smell of trimmed grass. Maybe I should try walking home today to get my mind off things. Try and find the word somehow. I haven't done that in a while.
Thanks, Ash, for today.
No problem. Say hi to Rebecca for me.
Yeah, I will.
Even so, I linger. We both do. A mild, humid breeze brings the smell of dried leaves, warm earth, and a far-off distant memory of false starts and awkward first meetings. Same place, same people playing the same parts. Funny how of all the days my brain chooses to remember it now.
Wait, Belle.
Belle, what? Ash exits his car. His strides are unsteady when he approaches me, or maybe this is his uncertainty showing. I'm not quite sure. He has never looked uncertain to me before. Always calm, always sure, always collected. Okay, I know where this is going, okay? I know. This stuff might skyrocket in a second. He stops a short distance from me, close enough that he's within an arm's reach, but just far enough for his voice to be heard over decent small talk if this is what it's going to be. He fumbles over something in his pockets.
Here, catch.
Heh. The small bag lands clean on my outstretched hands before it hits the ground. I reach and I brought him, and he responds by shrugging and stuffing both his hands back to his pockets. Somewhere to the side, he finds an interesting spot to look at. Sometimes. Sometimes you have to wait, Papa said long ago. For once this time I listen. His voice is halting, hesitant, when he finds it again.
My mom used to make me carry around one of those when I was young. To ward off evil and bring you luck, she said. I don't believe in this stuff now, but if it makes you feel safe since you're a total scaredy cat, then I guess it's okay to give you one to carry around.
Perhaps at the moment there aren't any words for it. I've never been good with those. You're not bad after all, you can be nice when you're trying. Honestly, both don't sound good. Oh, god damn it. Which one should I choose? Okay, seriously, both options don't sound good. You can be nice when you're trying. You're not bad after all. First one? I close the shirt is not separating us. Okay, there is a plus, okay. Okay, that's not what I meant to do. I kinda clicked out of the freaking screen. And likely in place of phrases one couldn't spin together answers too early to seek out, I lean over. And give him a little peck on the cheek. Lucky bastard. The touch is short, fleeting. The kind that speaks volumes of boundaries we don't often cross as friends. Nevertheless, the thought is there. It lingers. In the gentle autumn wind that passes in the empty space separating us when I step back and look up at him with a smile. Okay, did the stats skyrocket? No, not yet. It's easy to explain gratefulness this way, isn't it? At least with my own family it is the case. For the two of us, I'm not quite sure. Did he understand? After all, gratitude is considerably hard to put into words when you've spent the latter half of friendship tethering between good-natured jests and ruffling each other's feathers. Seconds pass before he clears his throat. His face has gone remarkably red, whether from the heat or something else I can't quite tell. You really don't know? But he understands. I know he does. Because the smile when he finally meets my eye is the gentlest I've seen him show.
I, gotta go. Got some reports I forgot to file the other day.
Yeah, see you around. Thanks for the ice cream and the charm.
Don't lose it. You won't find one here again if you do.
I won't. I might move like I have 2 left feet, but I know how to take care of my own stuff. I'm not a total klutz.
I know.
In Belle? Remember that one time? Devlin Court?
Oh, I do. With all the clarity in the world.
You... At the time, when we...
Hmm?
What I'm trying to say is that you can rely on me if something... anything happens. Not the exact same thing, of course, but you get the idea. I'll be around.
I'll keep that in mind. You're not that bad after all.
Before leaving, he waves at me one last time. Next time we talk, we'll be back to the way we are. Because at the end of the day, that's how things have always moved between us. What we're familiar with, what we're comfortable with. But for all that, it's always easy to put my own faith in him. I just hope journal updated, goddammit. Oh, next day? Professor Clark, Ashton Trey, and the Santos met up at a coffee house to discuss the rumors surrounding the mansion. The professor warned the young woman not to take everything at face value before parting ways at the park. Ashton gave Isabel a charm that supposed the words of evil to help put her mind at ease. I just hope I can keep them safe. Keep him safe. A light wind blows again, sending dried leaves swirling at the distinct smell of earth into the air. For the first time, the sunlight feels less harsh. Maybe a walk is good? I need to visit the grocery too. Come think of it, wasn't there an art store that opened recently near the park? Who knows? Who knows, maybe we'll find out in the next episode. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Let's continue tomorrow. Bye bye.